Welcome back. Now, the results of the ANC Mpumalanga Elective Conference have just been announced. Let's cross over to our reporter, Mweli to find out who has filled the party's top positions in the province. Mweli, please break down for us the results in which we all in likelihood will be challenged.
Well, the much anticipated Mpumalanga conference is now drawing to a close because already the part that was expected by many of the people who have attended this conference is that of the election of new leadership, since we know that the position of the ANC chairperson in this province has been vacant since 2017, when the then chairperson David Mabuza was elected for national office as the deputy president of the ruling party. But what we have seen here today is that the focus slate actually had a clean sweep, because almost all the candidates that were running for those top 5 positions emerged here. We're talking about Mandla Ndlovu, who is the former secretary of the ANC here in the province. He got more than 400 votes. In fact, almost all those who were elected here got more than 400 votes. We are talking about the deputy chairperson, Speedy Mashilo. He also emerged victorious here. The deputy secretary, Lindy Wenjalinjali, also coming from the very same focus lobby group. And then we've got the treasurer, Mandam Sibi, who is also one of the people who were controversial candidates coming here, because we know that he's still facing charges in court. Even yesterday, during nominations, what we saw is that he had to submit a letter to accept that nomination. And then we've got the secretary, which is Muzi Chirwa, coming from the Khat Sibande region, also coming from the focus slate. So that is why I'm saying it's a clean sweep, because we didn't even see one person from the other factions emerging victorious. It's only those from the focus group. But let me just bring in Tim Mashele, who is one of the delegates here. He's part of the REC in the Eslanzeni region here in Mpumalanga. This outcome today, is it what you expected?
Thank you very much, Mweli, and greetings to your viewers at home. This is what we expected. I know that the prophets of doom said we are going to come here and fight and do all these other things. We want to stand here and confirm that we are in a conference of the ANC. We are going to conduct this conference in a dignified way. We will make sure that we conduct business of this conference in a dignified way. We are happy with the outcome that we have achieved. We are still going to come in now and go to commissions and take resolutions that will take this particular province moving forward. And I can confirm now that even those that have lost in this conference, they still have a role in the African National Congress. We are going to unite the ANC in Mpumalanga, such that when we go to 2024, we are a united African National Congress in Mpumalanga.
What do you make of the newly elected leadership? How would you describe them? Do you think they are the right people to take the mandate of the ANC forward in this province?
In the ANC, we have been taught that democracy prevails. Now that the majority of the delegates in this particular conference have decided to elect this particular leadership, ours and all of us is to rally behind the leadership and support it. And the leadership also have got a responsibility to rise above petty political issues and lead everyone. So this particular leadership, it is not a leadership of a particular clique or a faction, it's the leadership of the ANC in Mpumalanga.
I know that you have already said that you are going to unite even with the comrades, your comrades that have lost here. Let's talk about Lakindi Nisa specifically. Some of these delegates here are describing him as one of the best secretaries of the province has ever had. And they're actually saying that he's also a principled member of the ANC in the province. Is there any specific role that you are expecting him to play after this conference?
It will be wrong of me to speak on behalf of conference. When I speak about unity, it's not about leadership. Uniting the structure is not about leadership. It's about making sure that the structure in the province has stability, it discharges its roles and responsibilities. The ANC have got the responsibility to lead the people of Mpumalanga. The ANC have made commitments in all the elections that we came through. Therefore, the unity that we're talking about is making sure that everyone puts his hands on the deck in making sure that we deliver services to the people of Mpumalanga and deliver as per what we promised the electorate of South Africa. But to single out individuals and say this one will have this particular role, no, it will be wrong of me.
Okay, lastly, as you are also one of the leaders in the Ehlanzeni region, what do you make of the court action? Some of the ANC members were not happy with the build-up to this conference. What do you think must happen now going forward?
Look, the movement as big as the African National Congress will always have this kind of things. But what we are going to do, and we want to plead with all members of the ANC to say that a movement as the ANC will always have challenges, but we must try to find each other within. Politics is about ideas. Therefore, anyone who has a particular view, a dissenting view, we should be able to find each other, get in one room, disagree, but at the end we must agree. I really do not support that when we've got problems internally, we must run to the courts. The courts will never understand the movement. The movement can best be understood by its members. Therefore, everyone who's within the African National Congress, I'll encourage and motivate that we must try to deal with our squabbles within.
All right, thank you very much for talking to us. That is, Tim Mashele is one of the ANC members providing leadership in the Ehlanzeni region, but is also a member of parliament, well, making a commitment to say that as much as the leadership that has emerged here is the leadership that he preferred, they are going to ensure that even those who lost in this conference are going to be brought in, roped in, so that they can work together and unite as the ANC in Mpumalanga. So what we are expecting that at a later stage we are going to see in terms of the nomination of some of the additional members here, and then later we'll also have some commissions where the delegates attending this conference will have some discussions on policy issues.
Thank you so much, Mweli Masilela. That is our reporter out in Mpumalanga, speaking to one of the delegates, who's Tim Mashele, saying that the results are as expected. We now cross over live back to the conference in Mpumalanga as the proceedings continue.
Decisions of National Conference and the NG National General Council and the overall guidance of the NEC, the Provincial Conference, shall be the highest organ of the ANC in each province. You are the highest organ of the ANC in this province, and you need to be the first that makes sure that this province, beyond this conference, upholds National Conference decisions, upholds National General Council decisions, upholds the overall guidance of the National Executive Council. And it is in that context as well that we refer you to Rule 24, which talks about the Integrity Commission as well as the other disputes, National Dispute Resolution Committee. These committees are at your service. Where there is no clarity, those give us clarity. So this is one of the matters that we will be engaging on as well. We will engage with the new leadership, not only the four, including Comrade Musibi himself, as well as those that we will elect, on how to amicably resolve this matter. But let me call Comrade Nati Ntetwa to also give the thinking of the collective of the NEC on this matter. Mandla! Long live Mpumalanga, long live! Long live!
Manda. Ashu. Manda. Ashu. Ashu. Manda. Matimba. Well, comrades, comrade delegates, after what Comrade Gwen has said, all what remains from my side is to say Amen. You see, comrades, under normal circumstances, we will go back to the resolution of conference, 54th National Conference, of stepping aside. But here in this province, and on this case in particular, we don't have to do that. Precisely because Comrade Mandla, as Comrade Gwenes, has already stepped aside. So, our task, comrades, in the rebuilding and the renewal of the organization is that we strengthen the structures of the organization from the branch to the national level. When we meet like this, and meet as the highest decision-making body of the ANC in the province, we want to come up with resolutions and leadership, strong leadership. When I say strong, I'm not talking physical. I'm talking capacity of the leadership. So we want that, comrades. And we cannot therefore have a situation where when we are electing leadership, we immediately have a dysfunctional structure at the top level, which is the top 5 of the organization. You are the highest decision-making body. We knew about this matter even beforehand. We elected not to interfere with the internal democratic process here in Mpumalanga. So you are the highest decision-making body. The point, though, is that whilst you are the highest decision-making body in Mpumalanga, the matter at hand is a national matter. The matter of step aside is not a Mpumalanga matter. It is a national matter. So therefore, hence the intervention from the National Executive Committee. Comrade has said that in our
Well, when we return, we take you to Newcastle, where the AmaZulu Royal